So you think you've got a handle on AI because you're a prompt wizard. Well, I'm here to tell you, you might be missing the single biggest shift happening in the industry right now. We're moving way beyond just writing simple instructions.
Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to talk about why prompts are kind of broken. Then, we'll dive into this awesome new idea, skills. I'll even show you a little experiment I ran with like 300 of them. After that, we'll get to the good part, why this is a massive deal for us engineers and what's coming next.
All right, let's kick things off with where we're at today. We throw this term prompt engineering around a lot, but what is it really?
Honestly, for the longest time, trying to get an LLM to do what you want has felt less like science and a whole lot more like, alchemy, right? You're just in a lab, splashing a bit of this, a dash of that, and just kind of hoping you stumble on the magic words to get the right result. It's totally unpredictable. And let's be real, that is not engineering. And look, this isn't just some academic debate. This hits us where it hurts. Our wallets. Every single one of those prompts cost tokens. And as our projects get more complicated, the prompts just get bigger and bigger and ridiculously expensive. It's just not sustainable.
So, what's the fix? Well, a company you might have heard of, Anthropic, has come up with this super elegant solution. It's all about going back to first principles. And for us developers, man, this is where it gets really, really exciting.
They call it an agent skill. And the idea is deceptively simple, but it's brilliant. Instead of having one massive, monolithic prompt, you break your instructions down into these small, reusable little packages. Each one is organized by its capability, what it can actually do. Then, you can just import them on demand to dynamically build the perfect set of instructions for whatever task you have. And this just lays it out perfectly. We are literally leaving behind this messy world of clunky, one-off, super expensive prompts, and we're moving into a system that's modular, it's efficient, and finally, it has the kind of structure we'd expect from a real engineering discipline. Now, this is the slide that should make it all click, especially if you're a developer. Just look at those names. Maven, NPM, Crate, Pip. That's exactly what agent skills are. They're basically package managers for AI. It's dependency management, but for AI capabilities. This is a concept we already know, we already love, and it is about to completely change how we build with AI. Okay, so this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But I'm a builder. I wanted to see how this stuff actually holds up in the real world. So I decided to put this whole ecosystem to the test.
To really get my hands dirty, I went out and grabbed about 300 different open source skills. And I'm talking a huge range here. Everything from data analysis and file processing to generating web pages, security testing, you name it. I installed every single one of them into my IDE to create this super rich library for the AI to pull from.
So why 300? Why so many? Well, with skills, the philosophy is simple. It's way better to have too many than not enough. You want to build this comprehensive library ahead of time because you just never know what tool the AI is going to need to solve some complex problem down the line. It's like stocking your toolbox before the job starts. So what does this actually look like when it's running? Okay, imagine you tell the AI, hey, build me a complete data visualization project. First, it's going to analyze that request. Then it scans its entire library of skills and says, okay, I need one for CSV files, I need one for the D3.js library, and I need another one for playwright testing. Then, and this is the magic part, it only imports the prompts and code from those specific skills to build a perfect, lean, super efficient set of instructions. And then it just gets to work. But here is the absolute killer feature. Unlike all those other complicated integrations that need this tangled mess of network calls, skills run 100% locally. Everything, the code, the prompts, it's all right there on your machine. This makes them totally transparent, incredibly fast, and it just wipes out an entire class of security nightmares. You know, the kind of vulnerabilities we've been dealing with in other systems? And this move, this shift from cloudy, unpredictable alchemy to local, solid engineering, it has massive implications. It's really signaling a fundamental change in who's in the driver's seat when it comes to AI innovation. You know, if you think about it, the first half of modern AI was really the age of the algorithm scientists. These were the brilliant minds creating the foundational models. But now we are officially entering the second half, the age of engineering. This is where our principles, modularity, reusability, structure, take center stage. And that means we, as engineers, are no longer just using AI. We're the architects.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? With skills, that term prompt engineering finally earns its name. It stops being about guesswork and magic spells. It's about building structured, scalable, and predictable systems. You know, real engineering.
Okay, so where is this all headed? What's next for this incredibly powerful idea of skills? Look, at the end of the day, this solves the #1 problem I hear from developers everywhere. Token costs are just out of control. Whether you're using GPT, Gemini, or Claude, it's expensive. Skills hand that control right back to you. You can precisely manage your token usage, cutting costs where you need to, or adding more detail when you need that rock-solid output.
And I'm going to make a prediction here. Just like we see with the big LLMs themselves, I think we're going to see skills evolve into different tiers. You'll probably have your light skills, all about saving every last token for developers on a budget. Then you'll have pro skills, with more examples for really stable, high-quality results. And of course, you'll have the max skills for those big enterprise projects where, money is no object.
This whole thing, it puts an insane amount of power and creativity right back into our hands, the hands of the builders. So really, the only question left to ask is, are you ready to stop being an alchemist and start being an architect? If you want more tech industry insights like this to help you build your career or your business, this is the place to be. Make sure you head over to aaronwoodbuilds.com, subscribe to this channel, and definitely join the Interloop email list. The tools are here, the principles are clear, the opportunity is ours. Let's be architects.